Verse 18, therefore thus says Yahuwah of hosts, the mighty one of Yasharal, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land. He's going to punish the king, the leader. He's going to punish the king of Babylon and his land. And all those who found in his land, you will be punished also. The punishment will affect you. When Lot came out, he told them, don't look back. The looking back affected. She didn't go into it. Make sure you understand. She just looked back. She turned around to look, to be nosy. And he told them not to look back. Since she looked back, it affected her. And many of our people came within the borders. Now they're back within her. They're looking back. And they will be affected. As I have punished the king of Assyria. But I will bring back Yasharal to his home. You see, we come out at his command. This is all he's going to do. He's going to give us a command to come out of her. If we don't obey that command, there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he's going to do. Because he said no one shall deliver you. This is what Torah states. And Babylonian teachers can't teach this. It goes against their teaching. But he promised, no one shall deliver you. No one will redeem you. That's why you have to deliver yourself. Zechariah 2:7. Deliver yourself, you who dwell with the daughter of Babylon. And Jeremiah also says the same thing. And he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan. This is where the Most High is going to care for his people. His soul shall be satisfied on Mount Ephraim and Gilead. Jeremiah 51:6. Here we see it again. Flee from the midst. See, we have to get out of his way. We have to get out of this Avenger way. If we don't get out of this Avenger way, we will be in his way. And so since he commands us to move, he commands us to come out. He commands us to move out of his way. And when we don't do this, then this is when we will suffer whatever vengeance he's going to pour out on this place. So he's telling us, he told us multiple times, flee from the midst of Babylon. And everyone, not just Yasharal, everyone save his life. Make sure you understand it. You have to save your life. We came out to save our life. Do not be cut off in her iniquity. All right, you must see this. Because if you don't flee from the midst of her, you don't save your life, and you will be cut off in her iniquity. You're in bed with her. You're married to her. You're having relations with her. You're going, listen, you're in her, and you've been born in her. And many of us will refuse to come out of her. For this is the time of Yahuwah's vengeance. This is the time of the Avenger. And the Avenger, once again, take vengeance. He shall recompense her. He's going to repay her because she is due. She is due. It's pay up time. Be late on a payment. They charge us. And they charge us late fees. Don't make your payment. And then there's a problem. They will take from you what they've given you. And this is what the Most High is about to do. Take from them what they've stolen. Jeremiah 51:45. My people go out of the midst of her. Go out. Come out. Go out. Flee out. These are phrasal verbs we have to take heed to. The Most High is not playing with us. This thing ain't spiritual. Come out of her ways. How can you come out of her ways in the midst of wickedness? Your money, when you work, your money goes towards her wickedness. And let everyone deliver himself. You see, the Most High is not going to deliver you. He delivered us. He gathered us by his word according to Baruch. He gathered us by his word. His word is come out of her, my people. So when we adhere to that word. We have to deliver ourselves. Let everyone deliver himself from the fierce anger of Yahuwah. You're in America. You're the target of the fierce anger of the Most High. His anger is about to be poured out like none we've ever seen before. And many will not like what they're about to experience. Jeremiah 51:50. You who have escaped the sword, there are those that escape. There are those that do nothing. They're going to stand still and do nothing. Because their Babylonian teacher already told them to stand still and see the salvation of Yahuwah. I've heard him teach that. I heard his people applaud that. You're right, we're not to come out. We should stand still and watch. But that Babylonian teacher, with all the multitude of people he's leading, he will never, ever give them Jeremiah 51:50. You who have escaped the sword, get away. He's telling these people, get away. And do not stand still. So this Babylonian teacher telling his people to stand still in Babylon. Using the verse when they was before the sea, before it opened up and they crossed the sea and Pharaoh armies was chasing them. They were told to stand still and see the salvation. They stood still. The water parted and then they got away. That's the part that teacher can't teach. That's the part he refused to teach because he's leading the people in darkness. He's leading the people away from the Most High and not to the Most High. If all the multitude of people knew that they were being deceived, they wouldn't listen. But they don't know that they are being deceived and they don't study scripture for themselves. Remember, Yahuwah afar off. There are those that are coming out. There are those making their plans on their way out. And when you get here, remember him afar off. This place is where we're at here within the borders. It's a long ways from Babylon. When you get here, you're going to be exhausted. But that is part of the process. That is only a part of the process. And let Jerusalem come to your mind. Why do we, when you flee out of the midst of her, the ones that fled out, the ones that's coming out, why we have to let Jerusalem come to our minds? Because we have to know he's trying to tell us this is our target. This is the goal. If you don't put Jerusalem on your mind, you will go back into her because she has a strong hold on us. She has a stronghold on us. We were born and raised there. She is home. She is our home. She is the one that nurtured us. Y'all have to understand how deep this thing is. We depended on her for life. Our families are in her. Everything we own, everything we had came from her. And so we were dependent and are depending on her. In a strange land, we can't depend on. The Most High, this Avenger, we can't depend on. We can't depend on him. This is different. We had security, some form of security in her. This is something we had. We had food to eat, clothes on our back, and a home to live in, most of us. But we have to see the bigger picture. Those were just, she threw bones to the people. Those were only bones. Everything I'm describing was bones. So we have to be broken off from her. And I remember, I know how he broke me off from her. It was a process. And I kept saying to myself, I'm done. And he continued to break off. And I was like, I thought I was done until the last thing that he did to me, the last thing he did to break me off of her. That was it for me. I was finished. At that point, I was done and I was broken from her. Nothing at all has attached me to that place. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this is the point. When our people come out, we are attached to that place. It's a stronghold. It's a strong attachment. If things don't go right over here, in our mind, we can go back home. See, that's the attachment. And this the thing that the Most High will have to break off of each and every one of us. Haggai 2:6. For thus says Yahuwah of hosts, once more, listen at the Most High. You believe this Avenger? Do you believe he's a man of war? Do you believe he's a man that will lie? Listen to what he's telling us. Once more. It is a little while. I will shake heaven and earth, the sea and the dry land. He's saying in just a little while. You watch. In just a little while. We're not far off from this little while. We're at the door. It's gonna. He showed it to me how it's gonna happen. Everything gonna seem normal. And it's going to happen all of a sudden. Everything was normal. The vision he gave me, everything was normal. And all of a sudden, boom. And this, when he shakes this place up, it's going to be on and popping. And if you are not where you need to be, it's too late. You can forget, come out of her, my people. You can forget, move out of midst of her, my people. You can forget every scripture you ignored, you can forget it. If you're not within the birth canal, you're toast. You're finished. It's a wrap. You better know how to survive without food and water for years. Why do you think they keep showing in the movies the survival game? And all these other survival movies, these survivor TV shows. This thing is going to be about survival, and our people, especially those that's never been to the military, they don't know how to survive. We will be the first to die out. Dead Sea Scrolls, page 130. Here we see, Louis shall curse all the men of the lot of Belial, saying, be cursed. He's going to say, be cursed because of all your guilty wickedness. May he deliver you up to torture at the hands of the vengeful Avengers. All right, we've been talking about the Avenger. Here are the Avengers. Here are the original Avengers. Now you know what's in. You see, this stuff was written thousands of years ago. So the Avenger movies, they're copying. They knew this. They knew these vengeful Avengers with an S on it. Notice. This is Yahuwah and his hosts. Now you can include the Mashiach. Now you can include the Malaks and the righteous. We're looking at a vengeful Avengers. They're going to do the work of the Most High. The other nations are going to do the work of the Most High. And when this happens, this is the Most High's doing. It's just as if he's doing it himself, because he's the mastermind. He's the orchestrator. He's the one. He's the reason why it's happening. Until this day, most of us, many of us, still do not understand how he works. We're dumbfounded when it comes to how he works. May he visit you with destruction. This is not talking about no weak Christian. He love everybody. Listen to these people. May he visit you with destruction. May he visit Babylon with destruction. Any rebel that's in her, may he visit you with destruction. This is why we have to come from amongst her. Because he's going to visit her with destruction by the hand of all the wreckers of revenge. These are the Avengers. These are the ones he's going by the hand. Nothing spiritual. We read nothing spiritual in the Dead Sea Scrolls. We've studied it. You want to study a text? You want to study a book? You want to study books? Open up the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the Most High will open your eyes to many things. One thing that your eye will be not open to, and that's the spiritual warfare. It is not there.